Have you ever wondered why the greatest challenges in your life may be signs of something truly extraordinary coming your way? Today, you'll discover how the battles you're facing right now are actually God's way of preparing you for a greater destiny. Inspired by the teachings of C.S. Lewis, we will explore how every challenge can strengthen your faith and align you with God's purpose for your life. Get ready to see your struggles from a new perspective and understand the depth of the divine plan He has for you. If you feel that this video has given you a new perspective on the challenges you're facing and you want to keep receiving content that helps you strengthen your faith, subscribe to the channel now. By turning on notifications, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is posted, with practical and spiritual teachings to guide you toward the divine purpose God has prepared for you. Don't miss the chance to grow in faith and transform your life. Subscribe now and join us on this journey. Do you ever feel lost or without purpose in the midst of your trials? Perhaps you feel like, no matter how hard you try, everything is only getting worse. We've all been there, facing challenges that seem insurmountable. However, as C.S. Lewis once said, suffering is not a punishment, but a divine tool to prepare us for something greater. Think of a sculptor chiseling away at stone to reveal a masterpiece. Just like that, your struggles are God's hands molding you for something incredible. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Every challenge has a divine purpose. Today we will explore 11 essential truths that show how God uses trials to prepare us for a greater future. We will discuss the purpose behind suffering, the chaos that often comes before blessings, and how moments of silence are not punishment, but divine preparation. Inspired by the teachings of C.S. Lewis, these principles will help you understand your journey and move forward with faith toward the plan God has for you. Nothing in your life happens by chance. If you are here listening to this message, it is because God has chosen you for a unique purpose. C.S. Lewis reminds us that every event, every trial, is part of a perfectly designed divine plan. The difficulties you have faced are not mistakes. They are necessary steps to prepare you for something greater. God has been working in the hidden moments of your life, even when you couldn't see it. Every tear, every struggle has served a purpose. You are not forgotten. You are called to accomplish something extraordinary that only you can fulfill. C.S. Lewis once said that suffering is never without purpose. God does not allow trials to punish us, but to transform us. Imagine a craftsman working on a sculpture. Every strike, every precise adjustment is meant to perfect the masterpiece, even if the process feels painful. Similarly, God uses challenges in your life to refine your character, strengthen your faith, and reveal abilities you didn't know you had. Lewis also taught that pain is God's megaphone to rouse a deaf world. Your struggles are not permanent obstacles. They are tools for your spiritual growth. Sometimes you must go through the fire to be purified, to let go of what holds you back, and to move forward with renewed faith. Think back to a moment in your life when you thought all was lost, only to realize later that the trial made you stronger and wiser. Those experiences are not coincidences. They are proof that God has a purpose for everything He allows. The battles you face today are a form of preparation. They are equipping you for the blessings and responsibilities that are yet to come. Every obstacle you overcome brings you one step closer to your destiny. By facing these challenges with faith, you allow God to work in you and through you, turning your weaknesses into strengths. Remember, your trials are not the end of the road, but a crucial part of your transformation. Every difficulty is an opportunity to draw closer to God and align yourself with His purpose. Trust that even in the darkest moments, He is shaping something extraordinary in your life. It's often hard to understand why, before a great blessing, everything seems to fall apart. Relationships break down, opportunities vanish, and life feels chaotic. But this chaos is not punishment, it's intentional. C.S. Lewis reminds us that God often works through what seems like disorder to prepare us for something extraordinary. Imagine a field after a storm. At first glance, everything appears ruined, but in reality, the storm has cleared away what was old to make room for new growth. Similarly, God allows certain aspects of your life to fall apart so He can rebuild on a stronger foundation. While the process may be uncomfortable, it is necessary for you to move forward. In the midst of this chaos, it's essential to remember that every moment of confusion has a purpose. What you perceive as a loss may actually be a release. Reflect on this. What areas of your life, though important to you, might be holding you back from fully embracing God's plan? Chaos often comes before the greatest victories. God uses these moments to test your faith, refine your character, and strengthen your perseverance. When you find yourself in the midst of these storms, don't lose sight of the light that awaits you. This apparent disorder is not the end. It is the beginning of a new and beautiful chapter. Trust that this divine reorganization is preparing the way for your blessings. Move forward with faith, knowing that this chaos is only a stage on the path to the victory God has planned for you. When we face difficult times, our emotions can overwhelm us. Sadness, anger, uncertainty. But these emotions are not here to destroy you, they are here to purify you. C.S. Lewis taught that even our most painful feelings are tools God uses to work within us, helping us release what hinders our spiritual growth. Imagine a glass filled with dirty water. Until it's emptied, it cannot be refilled with clean water. In the same way, your emotions act as a process of emptying. By confronting, accepting, and surrendering them to God, you prepare yourself to receive blessings and move forward lighter and freer. Society often tells us to suppress our emotions, to see them as a sign of weakness. But this is a mistake. Denying what we feel only delays our healing and transformation. Instead of running away, take time to feel fully, to pray, and to place your struggles in God's hands. When you allow your emotions to be expressed under God's guidance, they become powerful tools for your growth. God doesn't ask you for perfection. He invites you to be honest with Him and open your heart. By doing so, you release the chains that bind you and find a deeper peace. Remember, your emotions are not your enemies. They are a way for God to guide you toward a stronger, more faithful version of yourself. Don't fight what you feel. Instead, turn your emotions into prayers and let God use them as instruments for your victory. There are moments in life when everything feels silent. You pray, but the answers don't come. You look for signs, but nothing seems to move. This silence can be confusing and even painful, but C.S. Lewis reminds us that God's silence is not abandonment. It is often a time of preparation. Imagine an athlete training for a big competition. The days leading up to the event are filled with discipline, focus, and sometimes solitude. This apparent silence is actually a time of refinement, a moment where God works on the details of your life to align your heart and mind with His purpose. In these moments of stillness, God invites you to go deeper. It's an opportunity to build a closer relationship with Him, to align your thoughts with His will, and to strengthen your spirit. Don't see the silence as punishment. See it as an opportunity to hear His voice more clearly. It's also a time when God removes distractions. You may lose relationships or opportunities, but understand that every loss is part of His divine plan. He is clearing away what doesn't align with your destiny to make space for what does. God's silence is often the prelude to a revelation. Use this time to pray, meditate on His word, and focus on what truly matters. It's not a period of inactivity, but a preparation for the next chapter of your life. Trust this process and know that God's silence is full of invisible promises. After enduring chaos and silence, there comes a moment when everything begins to make sense. The things you've gone through, the losses you've faced, and what once seemed meaningless suddenly come into focus. This is what C.S. Lewis described as light after darkness, a moment when God reveals the purpose behind your trials. Imagine a puzzle. For a long time you worked to fit the pieces together without understanding the full picture. Then one day, a crucial piece falls into place and everything becomes clear. This moment of clarity is a divine gift, a reminder that God has been working behind the scenes all along to guide you toward your purpose. Clarity doesn't mean that challenges are over, but it gives you the perspective needed to face them with renewed faith. You can now see how each struggle has been a step in your preparation, and every obstacle has been an opportunity for growth. This understanding allows you to move forward with confidence, knowing that God has been by your side every step of the way. C.S. Lewis believed that trials are never wasted. They are like a refining fire, purifying and revealing your true essence. In this moment of clarity, you realize that God has been equipping you for what's to come, shaping you into someone ready to embrace His plans fully. Take a moment to reflect on the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the blessings that await you. Clarity is the signal that God is opening a new chapter in your life. Move forward with gratitude and determination, knowing that this moment is just one part of the masterpiece He has always been creating in your life. If this message resonated with you and you believe it can help others, I encourage you to like the video. Your support not only helps us reach more people, but also strengthens this community of faith. Additionally, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share in the comments which principle impacted you the most and how this message has influenced your life. Your words could be an inspiration for others. Clarity is not the end, it's a new beginning. It's God's invitation to live at a higher level, with a renewed perspective and greater responsibilities. When God grants you this vision, He's calling you to move forward with faith and intention into a chapter filled with divine opportunities. Imagine holding a key in your hand. This key opens doors that were once locked and paths that seemed unreachable. Now, with the clarity and preparation you've gained, you're ready to walk through those thresholds. Every decision you make in this new chapter must align with the purpose God has revealed for your life. C.S. Lewis reminds us that every new beginning comes with its own set of challenges. Just because you've reached a new stage doesn't mean everything will be easy. However, you are now better equipped to face those challenges with strengthened faith and a deeper understanding of God's plan. In this new season, staying rooted in prayer and connected to God's will is essential. Distractions will try to pull you away, but you must keep your eyes fixed on the path He has set before you. This chapter is an opportunity for growth, to walk in your calling, and to fully embrace the blessings God has prepared for you. Remember, this is not an ending, but a beginning. What you do with this new clarity and fresh start will determine how you fulfill God's plan. Move forward with faith, knowing that this chapter is filled with promises and endless possibilities. Stepping into a new chapter in your life doesn't mean growth stops. On the contrary, it marks the beginning of a continuous process of alignment with God's will and spiritual transformation. C.S. Lewis said, "Spiritual progress does not just mean moving forward, but continually reorienting ourselves toward God." In this new season, every decision, every step you take must be intentional. Take a moment to examine your heart and ask yourself, do my choices reflect what God has taught me through my trials? Staying aligned means remaining connected to His promises and the truths He has revealed to you. However, alignment isn't static. It's a daily discipline that requires constant prayer, meditation on Scripture, and reflection on your actions. Distractions will come, and old patterns may try to return, but you must choose to walk in the light God has given you. True alignment isn't just about receiving blessings, it's about living in a way that glorifies God and positively impacts others. Every step along the way is an opportunity to grow spiritually and deepen your relationship with Him. This ongoing process of growth can be challenging, but it's necessary. It's how God refines your character and prepares you to handle greater responsibilities. This journey isn't about reaching a destination, it's about a constant transformation that brings you closer to the person God created you to be. Stay rooted in faith and move forward with confidence. Each day is a new opportunity to align yourself more fully with God's plan and live a life that reflects His glory. Starting over can feel intimidating, especially when it seems like everything around you has fallen apart. But C.S. Lewis once said, "Failures are only steps towards spiritual success." What you perceive as a painful ending might actually be a new beginning orchestrated by God. Imagine an old house in ruins. To build something strong and beautiful, the old structure must sometimes be torn down. Similarly, God allows certain aspects of your life to crumble so that He can rebuild on a more solid foundation. Though the process may be uncomfortable, it is necessary to move forward. Starting over requires courage and deep faith. It means letting go of what no longer serves your purpose, whether that's habits, relationships, or dreams not aligned with God's plan. It's natural to feel doubt or fear, but remember that God is with you in every step. Every restart is an opportunity for rebirth. It's a moment to rebuild your life based on the lessons God has taught you through your trials. The Bible is full of stories of people who began anew. Joseph in Egypt, Moses in the wilderness, or Peter after his denial of Jesus. These restarts aren't setbacks, but disguised progress. They allow you to learn, grow, and walk in a direction more aligned with your divine purpose. Trust in God's plan, even when the path seems uncertain. What feels like a collapse could be the beginning of the most beautiful reconstruction of your life. Many people think that destiny is a place to arrive at, a final destination. But C.S. Lewis reminds us that divine destiny is not a stopping point. It's a continuous journey. Every stage, every challenge, every victory is part of this ongoing process of becoming who God has called you to be. Imagine climbing a mountain. You reach the summit, but instead of an end, you discover a broader view that reveals even more peaks to explore. Your destiny works the same way. God doesn't just call you to achieve one goal. He calls you to keep growing, learning, and reflecting His glory throughout your life. Even after reaching significant milestones, new challenges will arise. These aren't designed to stop you, but to take you further, uncovering aspects of your faith and character you haven't yet discovered. Divine destiny is a constant transformation, a continuous movement toward a version of yourself that aligns more closely with God's design. Don't be discouraged if the path feels endless. Every step is an opportunity to walk closer with God, to demonstrate your trust in Him, and to witness His faithfulness. It's an invitation to move forward in faith, accepting that life with God is an adventure filled with blessings and discoveries. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. As long as you are walking with God, you are on the right path. There is always more to learn, more to grow, and more to experience in His presence. Embrace this truth and step forward with gratitude and hope. Your story is powerful. Everything you've been through and everything God has done in your life is not just for you. C.S. Lewis firmly believed in the power of testimony. Sharing your journey can be a source of encouragement and faith for those around you. Think of a light shining in the darkness. When you share your testimony, you illuminate the path for someone else who may feel lost. Your struggles, your victories, and your lessons learned are proof that God is faithful and active, even in the most challenging moments. Take a moment to reflect. What part of your life could inspire someone else? Perhaps a time when you thought all was lost, but God intervened in an unexpected way. These stories are powerful tools to demonstrate His grace and power. Sharing your faith doesn't mean being perfect or having all the answers. It means being honest about how God has worked in your life. By doing so, you remind others that the same God who helped you is ready to work in their lives too. Never underestimate the impact of your words. Even a simple comment or a brief conversation can change someone's life. So, speak up, write, and share what God has done for you. This is the moment. Let your story become an instrument of blessing and transformation for others. And remember, when you share your faith, you glorify God and strengthen the community of believers. Every challenge you've faced, every tear you've cried, and every obstacle you've overcome are part of God's greater plan. It's easy to feel weighed down by struggles, but remember that God is always at work, even when you can't see it. C.S. Lewis said that faith is moving forward, even in the darkness. Today, let this truth encourage you. You are not alone. Each time you choose to pray, to rise, and to trust God, you're stepping closer to His promises for your life. Take a moment to reflect on all that you've overcome. Those challenges weren't meant to defeat you, but to prepare you for what's ahead. You're stronger and more equipped than you realize. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Step forward with confidence, knowing that God sees you, walks with you, and is preparing a future filled with hope and blessings. If this message has touched your heart, take a moment to act. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your story, your testimony, even a single phrase of faith can inspire and strengthen someone else who may be facing similar struggles. C.S. Lewis reminds us that faith isn't just personal. It has the power to build community. By sharing what God is doing in your life, you become an instrument of blessing for others. Join this community of believers committed to walking together in faith. By liking, commenting, and sharing, you help spread this message of faith, hope, and transformation to those who need it most. God works through each of us. Be part of this movement, and together we can create an eternal impact. Click, comment, and let your faith shine to touch lives today. Remember this, God is always working, even when we don't fully understand. Every challenge you've overcome, every moment of doubt you've faced, has been a vital part of the plan He has designed for you. Today you've taken a step forward by listening to this message and opening your heart to His truth. C.S. Lewis teaches us that our lives aren't defined by our struggles, but by how we allow God to use them to transform us. So walk away with this assurance. You are in God's hands, and His plans for you are greater than you can imagine. Move forward with faith, continue with confidence, and know that what lies ahead is filled with hope, promises, and blessings. Let this truth be the light that guides your path. Keep believing, keep growing, and live in alignment with God's purpose. Thank you for sharing this moment, and may God bless you abundantly.